Hello, and welcome back to Modern Skyblock 3 Departed. Today, honestly, I was a little bit worried about today's episode because of two things. A, the application I'm playing this on, Twitch, it had an update recently, and that was kind of weirding up the systems a little bit, so I wasn't sure it was going to work. And then B, as you might be able to see over here, let me actually go back to it, we have this. The mod pack got updated. Modern Skyblock 3, we're on to version 3.6.0. So, as far as where we are so far, that really does not affect us yet. Later on, there was some space travel that they took out, and there's a couple other small things that they've done. But for where we are, it doesn't really affect us so far. It looks like everything is still stable and everything is working. If I run into problems down the line, that might be why, is because I updated it. But for now, I think we are good. So, moving on. Today, you can see it's raining once again. It's always raining here. Today, I think one of my main goals is I'm going to possibly look down. You might be able to see that this little page got updated as well as the other pages as well. However, the foundation of it, I think, what I did is still the same, so we should be okay. Today, I think one of the main things I'm going to focus on is I'm probably going to focus on this line right here and see if I can't get to this tertius, the alchemical dust. But to start out with, I think I need one more thing, which is over here, grass. So, grass, to get passive mobs to spawn and to obtain different seeds, you're going to need to make a grass block. So, we need a couple of things for that. So one of the first things we need to get this grass to work, 8, 9 actually, there we go, is that we're going to have to actually dry out some trees so that we can get some dead trees. Weird, but we'll see the process as we go. Why did that give it my sword? That should be giving it the tree. There we go. That was weird. Okay, there we go. So we're going to take some trees, we're going to take some saplings, and we're going to put them over here on the drying rack. And then we'll be back in a little bit to gather that. I think 6 minutes. So, let's focus on something else for now. As that's working, as that's gathering, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working over here on netherrack. Another thing that you can make with a combustion chamber with an iron casing is netherrack. Netherrack over here. What you do to get netherrack is that you come up to a furnace, you throw in almost. There we go. Is that you go up to a combustion furnace and you throw in 3 blaze powder and 8 cobblestone. Close it up, hit the button, and then, congratulations, you have 8 netherrack. Pretty simple process, not really hard at all, but that's what you need to do. Next step we're going to do is this super hot combustion. To reach a higher amount of heat units, you're going to need a nether brick casing. Keep in mind that it has really low efficiency. So basically, this is going to use a lot more fuel. We'll increase it to an even better one later, but for now, this is kind of what we have to do. So to get that nether brick casing, we're going to need some nether bricks. And to get that, we're going to have to cook the netherrack, so just put all of those in the furnace. But, as a secondary thing that we're going to do real quick, we're also going to upgrade some more of these machines real quick. We don't necessarily need to, but it'll make the process, the next few steps, a little bit easier. So, we want that one, and we have upgraded that as well. Awesome possum. So now both those machines are a little bit better. We'll just throw off these side components that we don't need anymore. Alrighty, that's what we wanted. Next up, let's gather up these nether bricks. Stepwise. Later on we'll be able to get some better furnaces, but for now I think this is the best setup we have. And then, what we're going to do, put 4 together to create a nether brick. This is called the same thing. That's a block. We'll put the 4 together to create a block. And then we'll surround that block with bricks to get a nether brick casing. Finally, I guess it's a little bit silly that we put that together there. Let's break this thing down. Put down the nether brick casing. Put down the iron. Give it a button on the front. And then feed it some fuel. And you're going to see over here, this is going through the fuel very quickly. That is why this one is very inefficient. Later on, pretty much as soon as I can, I'm going to try to get this. I'm going to get a better version of this so that we don't have to deal with this. But for now, I think this this is really just our only choice for where we are right now. So, all that done, let's throw off the iron casing. Alright, next step. Let's make some glowstone. Glowstone. Now that you have nether brick casing, you can make glowstone with gunpowder and blaze powder. That will be our next step. That's another thing real quick. I need to get some more fuel for this thing to like work better. It eats a little bit too much fuel for my liking. One of the next things we'll do though is we'll come over here and grab these for dead bushes. And then we're going to come over and we're going to need to make some seeds. And how you do that is you throw one dead bush in with 2 flint, or in this case we're going to increase the numbers and get some more. So basically twice as much flint as other things. Hit the button. And then we got some seeds. Awesome. Next up, we're going to have to use this life infusion stone once again. And some dirt. So, let's get a little bit of food enough. I guess it'll be in a better place. And then as far as I remember, what you're going to do with this, come over here, is that with a piece of dirt on the ground, you put seeds in your offhand and then have the sandstone infusion stone in your current hand. And then you right click on the dirt. You take 7 hearts of damage, but you get 1 piece of grass. Finally with this, we'll be able to put this down over here, and we'll be able to start getting some grass over here. Which means we'll be able to start getting some seeds and a lot of good stuff. Awesome possum. There we go. Okay, so after this charges up with the units a little bit, and we can actually already fill it, you throw in 4 redstone and 2 blaze powder. Close it up. Eat a little bit. Okay, that's good. And then hit the button. And then we have glowstone. Awesome possum. Let's up again. Let it charge fully. Button. And we are good. And that is how you obtain glowstone. So, with all of that out of the way, next up we'll look at is this tertius. Tertius alchemical dust is the 3rd alchemical dust and the last early game one. It multiplies the output by 4 and 5, switching between them after every recipe. This stuff is just a stupid amount better. It's a lot better, so that's why we're using it. A second way that you can get the tree stump, if you don't want to mess with drying, don't want to take the time to do that, plant a sapling, put some rotten flesh in your offhand, 4 I believe, and then hit a tree. There we go, sapling. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to build a cauldron. So take 7 iron, put it in a U-shape, cauldron. Easy, done. Next up, let's make a place for this to go. That's better. Okay, cool. Alright, and then we're also going to want to fill this up with water. Not lava. Water. So what we needed to do is that we needed to cook the cobblestone so that we could get some smooth stone, or just regular stone. The reason behind that is, let's see if we can put this together. We can. Congratulations, compressed stone. The reason we wanted to cook that is that we want to take this compressed stone over here, and then we want to grind it down with a rock grinder. And what that's going to get us is all of this. Now this is, looks like a lot, this is a lot of different things. What we're going to be doing is that we're going to be washing all of these different dirty emeralds and things in this cauldron. And with that you just take the emerald or whatever it is and right click over here. A lot of this stuff we don't actually know what it is, so hey, we do know that one. So it's quite possible that a lot of this you can kind of just throw on the ground. That happens. When that happens, you can basically just put that in a different chest. It uses water fairly quickly, so be prepared for that. Yep, there we lost those. And let's go put those away. I find a handy thing is the things that you don't know, you just put them in a chest somewhere. That way you stop throwing them on the ground. I'll also use that as well. And this is the method you use to get lapis lazuli. It's the method you use to get diamond, I believe. It's the method you use to get a lot of different things. And then last thing is that in crushing stones, you also get this crushed stone sometimes. This stuff has a chance to give you a lot of different chemicals, or minerals, but it's a very small chance on all of them, so it's not really effective, but it's like a side product, so you never know, you might get lucky. As of yet, oh hey, I got some pulverized silver apparently. Good. 2 wheat. There we go, okay. Process is done. We have 4 of those. Let's put that down here. Let that process start. Alright, so that should be enough for now. We're getting more obviously, but we'll use that as we go. So, what we are going to want to do is that we are going to want to use a gold and 3 glowstone to make 1, 2, 3 a alchemical, what is that? Alchemical gold ingot. Just enough for 1. Alright. And then combining 2 glowstone, 2 lapis, and 1 of those ingots. So 2 lapis and 1 ingot. We get bum ba da bum 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 a whole lot of tertius dust. Or a decent amount at least. We'll replace this. And there we go. With this, any second now, we should be making a stupid amount of this. There we go. Awesome. And as you can see here, it really does a lot. So, there we have it. We have the tertius alchemical dust. There that thing goes. And there we have it. And then as a last little side note to complete, let's get this main quest, gem quest, done as well. Like a lot of other things, you can compress netherrack all into compressed netherrack. It's just more efficient. And then using the rock grinder on it, you get the same thing. You get a lot of different chemicals, or a lot of different minerals. And then you just have to clean those minerals to make them useful. And there we have nether quartz. Once again, whew, congratulations, job's done. Per the same structure as the crushed stone, you also get a little bit of crushed netherrack, which gives you a chance of getting a lot of different things. So let's go through that real quickly, and then I think we'll call that a video. So, with all of that done, we got the little bit of grass, we got some seeds, not all of them, but we'll do that more later. We got some of the main gems, we got netherrack, we got a super hot combustion, basically netherrack casing, we got some glowstone, and we got some tertius dust. So, that was a successful round of things. There you go, I hope you found this video helpful or instructive, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. I hope you have a good rest of the day. I'll be seeing you next time. Goodbye.